Give it up for Craig Horwood.
Oh,
yes. Oh, yes. Thank you. Welcome, darling.
Relax.
That is the most fabulous entrance I think we've ever had on the show.
Thank you, darling. I'm glad you're matching, all of this. I've got wallpaper at home exactly like your outfit.
Oh, do you? I wouldn't expect anything less.
I have it in my bedroom, yeah, and it's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
It is.
Well, let's get on to chatting because we have so much to chat about. First of all, 20th series of Strictly Come Dancing.
I know.
You've been here since day one. Did you imagine you'd still be here all these years later?
Darling, I didn't think I'd still be alive. In fact, I'm almost as old as Len was when he started.
Oh, God.
Isn't that mad? And I look back and I think, I thought he was old then.
Oh, gosh.
No,
but you look fabulous.
I do. Well,
Yes.
I've got the money now to treat myself.
I missed you.
Everyone
I
at the
missed
BBC
you.
and everyone for watching. Otherwise, I wouldn't look this good.
Oh, you do look good. Right, let's get to it because we've got so many couples and we want to talk about all of them. We are going to kick things off with Molly and Carlos. I mean, they're just absolutely brilliant, these two. But you did give them sixes these last 2 weeks. What do you think they're struggling with?
Well, I think it's probably time. I think that's what she needs. She is a fantastic talent, I've got to say. And he is a brilliant teacher and dancer, absolutely phenomenal. And I think their energy works really well together. I don't think it's coming together, though. I think that's what they need to work on, is the partnership values. I think that's the hardest
But that always takes time, doesn't it?
Of course it does.
Take time.
And we're halfway through now, so they really should be getting in tune with it. And they should, at this point, not be getting sixes. They should be getting sevens, eights, really.
Well, we all agree. We think that, Craig. No pointing any fingers at who's not doing it. Anyhow, let's move on to Will and Nancy.
I knew you'd start on me.
So Will and Nancy, they had a flying start, then they had a bit of a wobble. Now they've hit a bit of consistency in the competition. What do you make of the two of them?
Well, I love him, and I always have, actually, because he's a great personality. Yeah, they had a wobble on the run, but no, everyone does, don't they? And it's tough, and especially for the man. It really is. I think they're doing great, and I can see them going a long way in this competition. He's really focused. He's really putting absolutely everything into it now. He's a bit better. And, well, I mean, that is, from being poorly on the Rumble Week. But I really love him. I love watching him. I think, even if it's not entirely technical, what he brings to the dance is that story.
The story.
Absolutely. And he's always, what I love about him, so masculine with it. I think, that's always a tough thing, to achieve in a lot of the dancers, particularly darling, and Sam.
The Mummy, especially last weekend. Kim and Graziano, next couple we're going to chat about. You gave them a 4 week one. Yeah. But this weekend you doubled that and gave them an 8. Have you seen the improvement in her?
Well, I think I have seen the improvement. I think at the beginning she was wholeheartedly terrified.
She was,
and actually not believing in herself at all. I think over the last 2 weeks, she's become a lot more confident and a lot more self-assured. And I think you are seeing that in the dance. And it's apparent. You can tell, just when people are walking out or whether, as a performer yourself, when you're just stood there and you're waiting for the number to start, I can tell in the eyes of those people whether or not, they're like deer caught in headlights.
You already know what's coming.
You already know what's coming. And she is coming out confident in front of the crowd before the cameras go on her. She's really soaking it up. And you have to do that. Dance, that's what dance is about. It's confidence.
Confidence. And the Roomba this week was brilliant, might I add. But let's go to Tony and Katya now. Let's just say you haven't necessarily enjoyed all their dances throughout the series.
I've had to endure them,
but you did really enjoy this last one at the weekend, their quick step. Tell me about it.
I did, because he'd put the technical side into play. Yeah, we knew that he was going to be mucking around. I imagined he was going to be the Joe Cat, the male version of Anne Widdecombe. And sadly, he was at the beginning. And now, when he came out and did that wonderful dance, I thought there's technique, there's actual talent there.
They had, like, minimal gapping.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. I mean, he was really concentrating. And I think that's what's wonderful about him. He's a sportsman. And secretly, he wants to win. And secretly, I know that he didn't want to play that part of it. And that's why I think he's investing in it.
And there's no secret about it. He's doing well now, isn't he?
He is. Well, from stripping now to technique and talent,
yes.
darling. We love it.
Let's go to Fleur and Vito. Second dance-off this weekend for Fleur.
Yeah.
How can you believe that they were in there? It's shocking, isn't it?
Well, you have to remember, Janette, that it is a popularity contest as much
the fifth
as
judge, isn't it? The
yeah,
fifth judge.
Of course it is. You know, so you do have to canvass for votes. Now, how you do that is up to you. But, I mean, you know, you do have to win the hearts and minds of the nation as well. She is a lovely dancer. She's absolutely gorgeous. And let's not forget, you know, other people, like Alicia Dixon, was in the bottom three, bottom two, sorry, for 3 weeks.
But still went on to win it.
And then went on to win it.
Exactly.
So, you know, even if she's in it again, you never know.
It doesn't matter. She's still got a road to head.
And she went on to judge it. So,
maybe we got a future judge in Fleur. Okay, Tyler and Diane, now you were the only judge that's not given them a 10 so far this series. What do you want from him to get the 10 out?
More. And I'm just...
Enough said.
No,
just more.
Just more. Because his technique is a little bit... How's your mother? You know, it's not entirely true and honest.
It's a little bit asking for forgiveness instead of...
I know. I want him to be just perfect.
Yeah, and he's quite amazing. His smile is perfect, though, Craig.
I think one day he will be. I think one day he will be. He's so watchable, though.
Yeah.
He's completely adorable. The 10 hasn't come out for that specific reason. That technically, it's never really as good as it could be. I know he's capable of it.
He's close. I feel it. He's close. Yeah. He's close.
My 10 pebbles,
Ellie and Nikita now.
Ellie
and Nikita, they've got a Charleston this weekend. So far this series, couples have really struggled with the Charleston. So what do you want to see from them this weekend with the Charleston?
Well, number 1, personality. Number 2, quirkiness. There is no top in which you can go over in this dance.
True.
And I think that's what people forget. You know, if it's a push-away step, it's not literally just push away, is it? It's push away, darling. Push away.
It's like you're pushing away the tens. He's pushing away the tens.
One. And if it's swivel, give it large.
Yeah.
You know, and not to be nervous of it, not to be scared of it, not to face it. And actually go above and beyond.
Yes. Hamza and Yovita we've got next. Some incredible dances from these two.
Yeah,
what are you most impressed with so far?
Well, I couldn't believe when he first came out, and I think it was a foxtrot.
The foxtrot was gorgeous.
This man has danced before. I went, he's been training for like 5 years to get that
beautiful
footwork.
Technique.
But yeah, I mean, he obviously soaks that up and takes it in, because I know he hasn't. So, I mean, he's really surprising, and surprisingly light on his feet.
He really rolls through the feet.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Really, really beautiful to watch. I mean, I can't still quite believe it. I mean, he has had 1 or 2 rough weeks.
Yeah, but even the rough weeks were not bad.
Yeah,
they were
not
pretty
rough,
good.
Not what we're used to, let's say that.
Let's go to our last couple, Ellie and Johannes, top of the leaderboard. Oh, sorry, they're not the last couple. We've got one more after this. But Ellie and Johannes, they were at the top of the leaderboard. Hocus Pocus, epic number.
Yeah.
You were impressed, weren't you?
I loved it. And I loved what she did, not only with the personality, but her fingers. You know, they were overextended. She really played the part
well. She went to the
well.
really witchy.
She did. And she got it. And that's exactly what you need to do in a Charleston. She did that. And that's a musical theatre number, really, what she did last week. And I just absolutely loved it. Because she could put that on stage without a shadow of a doubt professionally. And it would come across. You know, she was absolutely wonderful. And may it long continue. I mean,
hope so too.
She is just gorgeous. And they're both fantastic together.
And now our last couple, they're in the studio, so if you can, try and be nice. Helen and Gorka. She was the top of the leaderboard a couple weeks back with the Charleston. What do they need to do to get back at the top of the leaderboard?
To get back at the top, just, I think, be more focused together as a partnership.
Okay.
You know, I think that's...
What do you mean by that? Just more...
I mean, when you're in a partnership, you need to listen to one another's bodies. And I mean, you need to do that physically. And you need to respect that and match each other. I think that's what I'm talking about. You know, I sometimes feel like they are fighting each other just a little bit rather than becoming one thing. You know what I'm saying?
They need to be one thing. Listen carefully, Helen and Gorka. I know you're over there.
I know they are.
Do you know what? This has been lovely, Craig. I'll have you again. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, I loved it.
Thank you for the invite.
You're very welcome. Yeah. Craig Rapper-Howard, everybody. Now, this weekend, the Strictly Studio is heading east as the pro dancers give us a taste of Mumbai in a commercial ball.